me that without me you're nothing. If something bad happens, no, yourself up agad.
Yeah.
Grieve for a bit. That's fine, you know.
Yeah. But when you had nothing, who will you depend on? That's where I realize when worry ends, faith begins.
Faith without works is dead.
Exactly.
So you have faith. The Lord requires you to act upon. You just don't pray to Him.
Kaya why don't you convert your worrying time right now to praying time, which Eric did? Faith, you got to believe in order for you to see.
Parang rock bottom na yan eh. After rock bottom, saan ka pa? It's rock bottom na eh. You gotta climb out.
Gusto nyo bang pagkakitaan ang inyong talent? Kung yan ang gusto mo at kung may talent ka, kailangan panoorin mo tong video na ito. Hi there, this is Chinkitan, your pambansang wealth coach. Sa episode natin na ito, naku, may makakausap talaga tayo. Very interesting. Oo, unfortunately, we don't meet eye to eye. Bakit? Kasi around 6'3" yata siya. 5'5" lang ako. Pero itong kilalang kilala na talagang entertainer at di ko alam kung nung nagpasabog si Lord ng talagang talent sa pagsayaw, the same kalambutan ng katawan, walang iba talagang siya po ay present, ako ay absent. So, wag na natin patagalin. Let us welcome Mr. Eric Eruption Eric Tai!
Hey!
Yes!
Hey, dapat kiimbag na something warm up. Hey, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Grabe, Eric.
This has been a shock to me because I'm here in, finally in your humble abode, your kingdom, your kaharian, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, some people call it a man cave, pero in reality, it's my workplace.
Yes, and I think most of your time you're here.
Yeah, 90%. I've been working from home for over, I think, 12 to 13 years already.
And that's just amazing. I think that's a dream for everyone now, especially after the pandemic. Doon sila na open yung eyes nila na, hey, you can do this all at home.
Exactly.
But depending on kung ano siya.
Tama.
Not everyone can work from home.
Especially if you're a mortician, di ba? Siyempre, di mo pwedeng dalhin yung bangkay tapos doon sa
Of course.
Di pwedeng work from home yun. Well, anyway, what's more interesting the reason why I invited si Eric, gusto natin malaman talaga ang background ni Eric. Paano ba siya talaga nagsimula bago siya naging siyang celebrity at nagtiting-ting-ting siya? Okay, Eric, how did you get started?
Wow. That's a very, very mahabang kwento, but I'll give you the shorter version. I first started in being a missionary here in the Philippines. That was the first time I ever heard about the Philippines in general. I had to find it kung saan siya sa mapa. And the first time I was originally born in New Zealand, raised in Australia. And I heard that my parents have a little bit of Filipino blood, but never ever have I been here or anything like that. My parents are Tongan descent, so they are more Tongan than anything, which is Polynesian. Makatabi yung mga bansang or mga isla like Hawaii, Fiji, Samoa. That's where the country where I am originally supposed to be from. But I was born in New Zealand and then raised in Australia. And at the age of 19, I prepared myself for a mission. That's where we prepare ourselves physically, spiritually, financially, put in the papers into your church. And then from there, maybe you get an answer where you're going to serve. So 2 months later, I got my call, mission call, they call it, and they say, you're hereby called to serve in the Philippines Naga Mission.
Naga,
which is Bicol. Yeah. So shout out sa mga taga Bicol dyan, mga Oragon.
Ilan taong ka nun?
19 years old. So I served a full-time mission which was for 2 years.
Yeah, it's 2 years, di ba? Commitment.
Yes, 2 years. And walang family. Nung panahon, wala kaming cellphone. Siyempre, wala pa yung social media.
Wala.
So connection namin with our parents or family members twice a year lang. We can call our mom or our family on Mother's Day, and we can call our family on Christmas. And that is it. Mas swerte yung mga bata ngayon, sa mga missionaries ngayon.
Oo, may social media
na. So they can call their parents on Messenger once a week, twice a week. Because right now I heard that there is a lot more, because of social media and how the world has evolved, there's a lot more depression. But we can go into that another time. But when I was a missionary, that's how it started. After 2 years of a full-time mission, opened my eyes, went back to Australia, studied, played sports, dance. Doon nagsimula yung sayaw. And I danced to a point where it was kind of professional because we were competing nationally, regionally. I was competing as a group and also did salsa, capoeira, hip-hop, breakdancing. So talagang medyo malawak ang background ko sa sayaw.
Parang sinasampal ako habang sinasabi mo.
No,
Oh.
anyone can do it.
Napanood mo ba yung sayaw ko nung nag-guest ako sa Itbulaga?
Oh no, I haven't. Let's watch that now.
Nate, gusto mo? Seryoso ka? Later na lang, later.
Okay.
Pero grabe talaga, no? So, because of your exposure, di ba, with all your talents, kailan ka bumalik dito? Di ba?
Good question. So maybe 2-3 years later, I was around 24, 25 years old. Came back as a vacation lang. So dapat bakasyon lang, and I had a return ticket with the three-week round trip from the Philippines back to Australia. And then towards the end of the 2 to 3 weeks, may lumapit sa akin and said, Eric, gusto mo ba maging model? And I was like, I laughed. I was like, model na. I do a little bit of extra work doing to Australia. But they said, no, I think you have potential to being a pretty big model here. And I was like, I really didn't give it thought. He just really caught me off guard. He goes, there's an audition. Kailangan yung isang model na sumasayaw.
Oh!
And I said, hold on. Magkano? And they gave me the budget. And I said, really? Sasayaw lang? Let me go to the audition. I went to my very first audition, and the Lord blessed me with a yes. So I got the job. They flew me to Singapore, all expenses, accommodation paid for, and then a big, huge check after 3 days. I went back to the Philippines, and he said, marami pa yan. Gusto mo pa? And
Parang drugs yan.
No, and yun, parang addictive eh. Like,
yeah, pero it's abnormal, ha? Alam mo, yung abnormal in the sense, normally, in the industry, when you had a shoot, it takes months.
Yes, I agree. And I experienced that then after a year or two, and then going into from transitioning yung sa modeling to showbiz. Ay, napakahirap nun. Pero someone gave me the opportunity. That's just basically like the guy. Gusto mo maging model? I can make you a model.
What year?
And then 4 years later, that's when someone said in show business, do you want to guest on Showtime? Okay. 4 years later.
4 years later. So, during those 4 years period, gig ka lang.
Yes. As in, nagbibigay ng mouthwash. Sa mga taga-Alabang. Libre. Sa mga mall.
Magkano kinikita mo nun?
Wala. Masyado. But actually, I can say it. I mean, just the fact that I've done it. Sometimes I'll get 1,000 pesos. Sometimes 1,500. Sometimes 3K, depending kung gaano kalaki yung brand. Minsan, nagrarampa ako. That's almost 4 days work. First one is the audition. Second one is final casting. Third one is fitting. And then the fourth one is rehearsal and rampa day. And then I'll get 5K. But hey, I didn't know much back then. Ang nakita ko lang is this could probably help my portfolio. Nagrampa ako for bench or nagrampa ako for folded and
Pero during that time, were you single or married ka na?
I had a girlfriend for 2 years. She was ex. She was also in showbiz, but I did not want to dwindle in her yung sa kanyang career, right? And I didn't want to be labeled na boyfriend, is ganito. But yeah, I kept it to myself, and I really focused on and honed my skills into the modeling. So there was a time where eruption, actually wala pa yung pangalan ng eruption. Eric, masyado ka malaki. Hindi ka kasya sa mga damit namin. Paliit ka muna. Papayat ka muna. I'm like, so you know what? I gave into it. And I did lose, I think I went down to maybe 90 kilos, which is not my, I'm a 6'2" dude.
Yeah.
I'm used to 110 kilos.
Yeah.
So I went down to around 90. I didn't feel like me. I don't feel I was the Eric, right? But I got these jobs, and then after siguro 1 year of modeling and doing ramping modeling and mga ganun, I just said, nah, it's not me. So I went back to my original weight. So I went back to 100, 110.
So not many people know na bago ka naging eruption ngayon, marami kang pinagdaanan.
Yes, like it went to a point where I think I shared this on social media once, but I'll share it again. One big eye-opener was my 3rd year of modeling. I went through a rough patch, broke up with my ex-girlfriend. I had to refocus on myself now, and I vowed to myself that I'll be single for 2 years. Para maging selfish, meaning I want to focus on me. I don't want anyone in my life.
Yeah.
Ako na. Kasi I had spent 2 years with my ex. I learned a lot, great experiences, pero I just said no. Kung gusto kong maging successful, I know that I had to work on me.
Tama.
Work on myself, work on what I need to do, both spiritually, physically, in an appearance way as well, because that's my job. And then after that 3rd year, which was a time where kind of like I didn't have money to pay for like electricity bills. We almost got evicted, and I would have to say no sa mga friends kong medyo may kaya, mayaman, to go to dinner at certain places.
So, anong
where-
feeling? Anong feeling nun?
Ako? Okay ako. Me, I was okay to not do and go and do that stuff because
Hindi, pero
I was used to it as a missionary.
Yeah, pero yung mapuputulan ka ng kuryente.
Not that. Well, that was a tough thing. A lot of prayers and a lot of work, like planning. Like, okay, if this is gonna happen in a week, what am I gonna do to get that money bago magiging umabot ng isang linggo o yung cut off? Pero di kami umabot. They cut it. They cut the electricity bill.
Na-experience mo yun.
Yep. And I woke up in the middle of the night and it was super duper hot. And I live in Makati. I went through a little situation and I just knew that okay, I'm in a bad place right now. But how do I get myself out of that bad place? Or how do I get myself out of that pit hole? Parang rock bottom na yan eh. After rock bottom, saan ka pa? It's rock bottom na eh. You gotta climb out.
So guys, kung habang kinikwento doon ni Eric, kung nakaka-relate kayo sa story niyo, pakitype lang sa comment section kung paano kayo nakaka-relate. Kasi while you're narrating that, it reminds me naman of the time when I was in Tondo when we started there. My father lost his business and there was a moment that we had no money to pay for the bill, electricity.
Oh, wow.
Then pumunta na yung taga Meralco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then anong ginawa?
Tatanggalin na yung metro.
Yes.
They will put it on the other side so you won't have electricity.
So what did you guys do?
It was really, number one, embarrassing. Nakakahiya. And then, nakakalungkot. Depressing during those times. Kaya nga minsan may dumaan nga kapitbahay, nagtanong, ba't wala kayong kuryente? Ba't kayo nakikialam? Nagka-candlelight dinner kami.
Sweet memory.
Pero yun nga, how were you able to get out of that?
You know what? I think after the prayers and after admitting that, hey, I'm focused more on my career instead of really honing the Lord in everything I do. You know, I know I didn't forget Him, but I think there was a time there where I felt like I was focusing too much on me. The answer came very quick, within 24 hours.
Really?
I had something that had worth. All I needed to do is sell 2 of them, and it would be enough para mabayaran yung kuryente. Bago silang like completely cut. They cut it already. Nabenta ko that afternoon.
Ano yun?
It's like a bracelet and a necklace, and it was been with me for a couple years. I knew I just had to think of the person who can I sell it to.
Okay.
And the first person that came to mind, siya yung bumili. We went to her house and I presented it to her, and I didn't even tell her that I was going through a problem.
Okay.
I went in as a salesman, even though friend ko siya. And I just said, if you know, I presented it well, if you want it, I can give it to you for this price.
Okay.
And then she bought it.
Okay.
And I almost cried. And I was like, and she was like, what's wrong? It's like, I'm just thankful. Thank you for purchasing it. So nangyari dun is we had no place to stay because I don't want to go home. That afternoon, evening, went out with my friends, kind of like a little celebration. Pero I had no money still because check yun.
Oh.
So, wala akong physical na cash. As in, talagang dry run. Pero, meron akong cheque from the existing jobs na nagawa ko na. Pero, it's the waiting time.
Tama.
And usually, sometimes, pag gumawa ka ng commercial or mga ganun, takes 3 months, 2 months, however long. But that time, wala akong pera. So, yung ginawa ko, buti nga, I was a member of a, a internet cafe. So, VIP member pa ako. So, nakitulog lang ako doon in the internet cafe habang nagda-Dota. So, at that time, I was really, really into Dota. Hanggang ngayon, I'm really, really into Dota. So, this is exactly 15 years ago. Around 15, 14 years ago, nangyari to. This is bago ako pumasok ng showbiz.
Pero yun nga, hindi ba, syempre, during that time, natutulog ka dun?
Wala akong... I think that time I was happy because I have a check and I'm ready. 9 a.m. in the morning, yung BPI sa tapat ng bahay namin will open. I will cash the check. Next to the BPI is Meralco. As in, tawid lang, same street. I think Heavenly Father just said, thank you for acknowledging me, that without me, you're nothing. And you know, when you go deep into your soul and you pray with sincerity and faith that, you know, He'll help you. Sometimes, I would say this is a miracle because sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. Pero ang nangyari, it happened that night eh. And it was exactly yung amount sa kuryente.
Grabe.
And I had an extra for ulam the next day. The next day pa, dumating yung cheque ng isang commercial. Malaki.
Wow.
And that's the last time I've ever experienced that. I promised to myself na hindi ko maulit. Nangyari na yun. And I will never forget Heavenly Father in everything that I do.
God is really good, no? You know what, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, kung you're at the end of your ropes also, na parang feeling mo na talagang walang-wala ka na. Katulad ng sinabi ni Eric, kailangan manalig tayo, manampalataya tayo. Especially if you're worrying right now, guys. If you're worrying right now, let me encourage you. There's one thing I've learned. Naalala ko rin yung I have lost 8,000 pesos and
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I have to pay staff. I have to pay bills. So every night when I go home, I'm stressed out and I would look at my bank account, 8,000. Following night, I would look still 8,000. I got really so stressed out. Tapos tinawagan ko na yung kaibigan ko. Anong gagawin ko? Na-stress na ako. Sabi niya, ano ba ginagawa mo? Paano sa stress? Tinitignan ko yung bank account ko. Wala namang nadadagdagan. Walang pumapasok. Sabi niya, ganun ba? Gusto mo wala stress mo? Sabi ko, paano? Bukas, pagbukas ng bangko, withdraw mo yung 8. Pag na-withdraw mo yung 8,000, pamigay mo. Sabi ko, weird. That's my last money. And he was laughing. Please don't make fun of my situation. This is a serious matter. And then sinabi niya, eto mamayang gabi, pag withdraw mo, tignan mo ulit yung bank account mo mamayang gabi. Ano makikita mo? Wala. Di wala ka ng problema.
Your friend is...
I think he was...
he was...
Pero you know what? It dawned on me during that time. The reason why I was worrying and stressing so much, because I have still lost 8,000 pesos. But when you had nothing, who would you depend on? That's where I realized when worry ends, faith begins. Kaya nga while you're telling that story, it brings so much memories on my end na talagang, kaya nga ikaw, alam mo ba't ka nag-aalala? Kasi meron ka pang kakapitan Pero pag wala ka ng kakapitan, isa lang kakapitan mo, kay Lord ka na lang talaga Kaya why don't you convert your worrying time right now to praying time, which Eric did.
I also realized one thing, that it's a big scripture in the New Testament that says faith without works is dead.
Exactly.
So you have faith. The Lord requires you to act upon. You just don't pray to Him. Kailangan kumilos ka. Gamitin mo yung talento mo. Gamitin mo kung anong meron ka. And then the Lord will see fit sa Kanya if He will reward you on what you have.
At the same time, yun nga when you talk about faith, guys, it's being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see.
That's right.
Some people kasi yung yung parang pray sila Sige Lord, niwala ako. Sagot ka muna. That's not faith. Faith is yung parang sinasabi to see is to believe for people No, in faith, you got to believe in order for you to see. Believe first.
That's right.
Act on it first. Kaya nga guys, ito lang this is the first time that narinig ko tong kwento na ito. Grabe. Kikita natin si Eric, nagpapatawa, nagpapasaya. Pero ang dami pala ang lalim. O sige, fast forward tayo. Paano ka napasok showbiz?
Good question. Okay, so from there, tapos na yung mission, tapos na yung modeling part. I was in the Philippine Volcanoes national team. So, ginamit ko yung talento ko.
Rugby?
My rugby. So, I was a big rugby player in Australia. I went into a high level of rugby. I got injured. Very unfortunate event where I kind of broke my sternum to my clavicle area, and I knew that I wouldn't be playing rugby anytime soon. So that's what kind of pushed me and veered me into some modeling. And then a year later, medyo I didn't get surgery because alam ko over time talaga mahihil to.
Okay.
Kasi malakas yung paniniwala ko na ako si Wolverine. I can heal. Pero ngayon medyo matanda na, it doesn't happen like that. I don't have that mentality. No, you have to do rehab. You have to do the proper steps in rehabbing your body. But back then, I said, I think I can do this. May nabita akong isang tao na model, celebrity siya, who said, hey, we actually have a rugby team here in the Philippines. Nagulat ako, sabi, Filipino, nagra-rugby. Hindi yung rugby na yan, yung sport.
FYI,
malinaw.
Hindi yung rugby sa batan kalsada.
Yeah, para malinaw it's rugby is a sport. It's a very high contact sport na parang American football minus the paddings. So when that happened in 2009, this was 2009, he said, we have a rugby team. He said, try out for the rugby team. So nung binanggit ko kung saan ako naglaro na club, sabi nila, first five ka na. I mean, starting team. Straight away for the Philippine team. Because they knew that it's a really profitable club, prestigious club in Australia. And And so that's where I played for the Philippine Volcanoes as an athlete. Doon din yung tumaas din yung budget or yung tinatawag na TF ko sa modeling. Kasi
kilala ka na eh.
Yeah. It's starting to go up.
Oo.
You know? And then from there, nanalo kami. We won a gold in the SEA Games, and the one that I was really part of was we won silver medal in the Asian Sevens, which is kind of like the biggest. We go against big countries like Japan, Hong Kong, Korea. They're the biggest ones in Southeast Asia, and we came second. Luck of the draw, but we played very, very well, and it was a miracle run. Lo and behold, when we got back to the Philippines, it was a rough ride for the Philippines that time. There was a typhoon in 2011. It was around bandang October, November. So one of my boys said, "Hey, you're a rugby player, you're strong. Why don't you come and do some relief operations for, help people out, lifting boxes and mag-organize na mga relief goods." I said, "Yeah, sure, no problem." I mean, that's what I do. I was a missionary.
Missionary ka eh.
Easy yes, So when I went there, I had no idea. Gulat ako.
Bakit?
Nandun si Vice Ganda, Jong Hilario, Liz Uy, maraming ibang artista na hindi ko rin kilala. But they look familiar. I was like, parang these guys you see on the TV or billboard or anything. And then I just got to work. And then after that, our second day of relief. Yung first day was preparation. Prepare yung mga boxes and packages. Second day, yan, labas na kami. We go to I think back then, yung affected area was Bulacan to Pampanga area. And then on the way back, we had our dinner, and then Vice said, "Hey Eric, you wanna guest on Showtime?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard of that. It's like a dancing show or something." Yan yung alam ko eh. Kasi Showtime was 1 hour slot na puro sayaw lang. Hindi siya variety show eh. Hindi pa siya noon time.
Hindi pa.
Oo, siya puro sayaw ng mga eskwelahan or mga grupo.
Okay.
And that's all they did. And I was like, yeah, I dance sometimes. And syempre, ayoko na maging mayabang na, dancer ako eh. Now I just said, yeah, I like dancing, And she actually told me that she's seen me around dancing. So that's why she goes, yeah, she goes, I know, I've seen you dance. I was like, okay, perfect. Just let me know kung kailan. Sabi niya,
bukas.
Monday.
And
so that was a Saturday, Sunday, or yeah. I think it was a Saturday, Sunday. And then I think it was bukas na, Monday, because it was Sunday. We were doing the relief operation. And then I got shocked. And then I said, sakto, I do have another friend who dances as well. Okay lang isama ko siya. Chris Everingham. And then she said, sure, let me just get a confirmation. Isang tawag lang, I think it was kay Direk Bobet to ask permission. And Direk Bobet said, yeah, sure. Medyo malaki yung publicity namin bilang Philippine Volcano kasi nag-silver medal na. Nag-guest na kami sa mga news channels, TV5, GMA, lahat. Showtime was the one that was next. And then, but pagdating ng Monday, nag-viral kami. Trend kami ni Chris Everingham dahil sa sample.
Sample.
Hindi alam ng tao na sa laki namin
na kaya nyo sumayaw.
Yeah, we didn't just sayaw, we break dance. Windmills on the floor and everything. I couldn't believe it. It was parang a big shock na sino yung dalawang Philippine Volcanoes at ito pa, Ryan Bang, just before that the show started, got parang evicted o yung tinatawag na burado. As a burado, may voting system or something like that na burado. So Ryan Bang was like a masterpiece of Showtime. Because Ryan Bang, Korean, magaling mag-Tagalog. Natanggal siya that day.
Kaya so yung dami na noon.
Yung tao. And then, sinong kapalit? Eric Tai and Chris Everingham from the Philippine Volcanoes. Sino sila? Yan yung yung reaction ng tao. Pero na nag-silver medal sa SEA Games, I was like, okay, mga atleta to. So they didn't know that there's actually some footage on YouTube. It's still there, but we can watch it another time. Pero dun nangyari.
So after that,
that's how it started.
And then what happened next?
We went viral, we trended.
The show and then
1 week later, I went to say goodbye to everyone. Kasi burado na kami agad, we only last 1 week. Ganun talaga ang Showtime eh. You guest and you come in and out. So I went to say goodbye to Direk Bobet to say thank you for having us. And then he said, on the way out, he said, Eric, I'll see you soon. Pero I didn't think anything of it. At kala ko, it's like, I'll see you soon. Like, pare, kita-kits soon ha. Parang ganun eh. 2 months later, I got a call.
2 months?
2 months lang. Kasi it was November na eh. So January, February.
Wala kang expectation, di ba?
Wala. enjoy na kami kasi we just won in we just won a month later on Talentadong Pinoy dancing din. Me, Chris Everingham, and Andrew Wolf. And another impact na hindi na-expect ng tao na sasayaw ang tatlo nito. Ang laki-laki ng katawan, nakasando kami. And next thing you know, what will you do today? We got a surprise. So we performed, we won 150,000 pesos or something like that. And then, you know, and then we're winning all these talent shows. They were guesting us together. I was having a great year, 2011, because I also met my wife, who's sitting right there. So that's part of the cuento. She knows this story. But when I was on Showtime that day, when Ryan got burado, she was watching because she's a big fan of Ryan Band. And that's when she first saw me. Then she stalked me on Twitter. This is my version. Version ko to, ha? She stalked me on Twitter. I was like, oh, okay, who's this? I didn't even think anything of it kasi marami nagtatweet eh, kasi nagbaviral kami. Then, nag-message sa Facebook, Messenger. Like, parang familiar yung name na to, Ronita. Kasi nag-message back ako. Okay. She goes, hindi mo ako binati. I was like, sino ka? Like, why would I would usually say if it's my family, like, oh, shout out sa family ko, nanay, tatay, kapatid. What? No, I was like, I don't really know her. You know? But this window was open, special window. Like, she said that, okay, I told her I'm part Tongan, I'm full, you know, born in New Zealand, raised in Australia. I served the mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. She said, hold on. You're Tongan? I know a lot of Tongans that are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Salt Lake. When she was there, she visited Salt Lake from Seattle. And because she's not in the Philippines, she's abroad. She was watching via TFC. Nung uso yung TFC. So then she said, I said I served the mission in Naga. That's why marunong ako mag-Tagalog.
But you're not Filipino.
No, that's the little pinch, you know, of Filipino that I have that my parents found out that we do.
Okay.
But passport-wise, no. Anyway, what happened was she said that she also has a friend, a very close friend that served the mission as well in the same mission as me. And I said, who is he? And then she dropped the name, Elder Hernando, and he's my batchmate.
Oh, grabe.
And this is like close to 14 years later after me serving the mission. And that's her closest friend when she grew up in the church as well. But she has never been to church for a very, very long time. So that's what said, okay, I can get to know her. Maganda naman. She's cute. She's cute. So that's how our history started.
Yeah.
And I would say until now, even though we've been together for 12 years, you know, my success comes from her being with me.
Wow.
You know, I owe it a lot to her. She's made some great decisions in my life. I'm gonna get emotional about that. Yeah. You know, because of her, we've done a lot, and I've become the man that I am now. And I've become the man that dances on streets anywhere around the, you know, wherever. She's the one who pushes me.
Okay, guys, yan yung mga lalaki nakikinig at nanonood ngayon. If you want to become successful as a man, you need a woman who can make you successful.
Siya yung nagsabi na, because I was thinking, should I do Showtime? Should I do this, do that? She was there from the very first day. And the first day I went to Showtime, she stayed at home. She goes, she wanted me to have my time to shine on my first day. And she just came and just supported lang ever since. Yeah, and even, again, this leads to what our decisions now. Financial situation. She came in and helped me out as well. So I started to make more money now. More consistent money na. Hindi kagaya ng dati na may commercial ka, may pera ka. Paano yan kung hindi mo nakuha yung commercial or kung hindi mo nakuha yung campaign? You're not gonna have money. Now I have consistent income. What do I do with this money? I'm a saver. Ano ako talaga? Hindi ako spender. Saver talaga ako. So it went to a point when she came back, because we had to make a decision na I don't believe in long distance relationship. Mahirap yan. It's either ako pupunta sa iyo sa Seattle or ikaw mag-sacrifice na pupunta din sa balik ka ng Pilipinas for me, because maganda nagkakasimula yung career ko. And she risked it.
Wow.
She had a great job already. She had a house, car, everything, and she said, no, I'll come over. And I promised her, I made a promise to her since day one, don't worry about life, I will look after you. Kung anong meron ako, sa'yo din. And I knew that worked.
And they lived happily
ever
after. Di ba? Grabe talaga, no? Ganda ng storya. Pero you know what, Eric? From nothing to something, to trials and challenges, right now, you have a better life. Merong mga pagsubok pa rin eh.
Oh,
di ba?
yes,
Ups and downs yan eh. So, if you can recall, isa yung talagang malaking trial or pagsubok sa buhay mo during the time when you're already on the top? What was it?
Nung tinanggal ako sa Showtime, that was tough. Kasi
Ilan taong ka doon sa Showtime?
4 years.
Wow.
And this was after Christmas and New Year's with our family in Seattle. I came home January 1st, ready for January 2nd ng 2016
Oh.
to go to Showtime. Kinuwento ko to with Julius Babaw. Yeah, and it was tough to share, but it was an eye opener. When I went into Showtime that day, excited ako eh, kasi first day of the year type of thing. And then sabi ng producer, I need to see you upstairs. We never go upstairs in ABS-CBN. No, that was the first time I actually umakyat ako. Unless may problema ang show.
Tama.
So I already kind of got a hint and feeling. Medyo na pasma ako. I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to me? Paanong family ko? Paano? Wala pa si Legend yan, pero kaming dalawa ni Rona. What is she gonna think about me? How about my friends and family? My followers. And then, yeah, lo and behold, yan yung naging meeting namin sa taas na, Eric, you know, we no longer require your services anymore. It's a Showtime. And I was speechless. I just said yes, okay, nope, it's no problem. Thank you. And I just said thank you. Puro thank you lang ako because kung walang Showtime, walang Eruption. Derek Bobbitt was the one who gave me the name Eruption. It wasn't me. It wasn't my name. Siya yung sabi niya sa akin when we first started is, you're a Philippine volcano. Volcanoes erupt. Ikaw, Eruption. Yan yung sabi niya sa akin. So, I will always be thankful. Dumaming following ko, social media was on the verge. And then, after that, I felt empty.
Yeah.
Like, dumating na yung emptiness na parang wala akong pera. Like that time where I had nothing and I needed money to pay for the electricity. That same feeling kind of came back eh. Buti nga may savings kami, pero hindi yun eh. Stayed in the car park for a bit, prayed, and then I went home. Pero bago dumating sa bahay ko, mga 10 houses away, a block away, I stayed there, parked the car, and I prayed again. And then after, I swear I'm lucky. I'm very fortunate that I got a great feeling after it. Now everything is going to be okay.
So what did God tell you during that time, that moment?
He didn't tell me anything. He just gave me that feeling na you'll be okay, son. And that's enough for me. Na nung naramdaman ko yan na akong bahala sa'yo. And then that was it. I went home and I told her the news and she was okay with it, you know. After the emotional part, then comes the planning ulit. What are we gonna do now? Ano magiging source ng income natin? Buti nga, we did have some endorsements that was existing from the previous year that was continuing. Okay, we calculated that. I went to my schedule planner. Medyo hindi puno. Medyo empty pa rin.
Kasi daily show ka eh. Daily show ka eh. So parang puno ka na technically, pero yun.
Pero ngayon, nung tatanggalin mo yung Monday to Saturday work,
wala na yun.
Medyo empty yung schedule ko. So, we did the same thing, same process na plan together, always put each other first with God. And man, just within couple days, weeks, I was landing jobs.
Wow.
Hostings. Kasi host ako eh. So, host for a brand here, big event, 3-day event dito sa Iloilo. Mga ganun. And that was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. And I picked up new endorsements. But the biggest one within 2 months was we landed the Amazing Race.
Oh,
Asia.
yeah, I saw it.
That was the best thing that ever happened. Kasi alam ko, nung nasa Showtime kami, bawal kami mag-absent ng...
hindi pwede.
Almost one day, we cannot.
Priority. It's
Showtime's priority.
Yeah.
And I understand, that's business.
Yeah.
And you're an employee for that business. You're there to go to work every day.
Tama.
So, uunahin mo, ipaprioritize mo yun muna yan. So, I know that if I was still on Showtime, hindi kami makakapag Amazing Race. No. Kasi 1 month yung buong race na yan. We came second.
Wow.
We almost came first. Almost, but we came second. But that
napanood ko yun.
We almost got eliminated pa in the first 10 minutes. Like these things, these miracles, I will not forget. It's at the back right there, pero na-recall ko lahat. As in, I know exactly why we went there. It really solidified our relationship together and made us work as a team together. No matter what strife or what challenges that come into our lives, we can conquer it together.
Guys, kung may pinagdadaanan ka rin ngayon na you lost something, you lost a job, you lost your business, probably you lost a loved one. You know, it's really hard na when you lose something you love so much and you have dedicated your life. Pero katulad nga sinabi ni Eric some of you will go to the stage of grief, anger, depression. Pero ito yung ultimate na most important thing that I've realized while you're telling the story. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but in the end, it's the Lord plans that prevails. Then just like what he mentioned, di ba? Yung parang ikaw mismo nakikinig at nanonood ngayon. I'm sure dumaan ka rin sa matinding pagsubok sa buhay at during that moment in your life, you told yourself during that moment, parang wala na. It's the end. What will I do next?
That's a very good question. And I think nasa mindset po natin yun. I'm thankful being an athlete and a gamer. And ang gamer is we never die, we respawn.
Yeah.
So parang yan yung saying namin. So if something bad happens, no. Get yourself up agad.
Yeah.
Grieve for a bit. That's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But you gotta replan or reschedule everything. So yan yung ginawa namin. If you have a great support system, you know, maghanap kayo ng tao. If you're at the age of boyfriend-girlfriend stage, okay. But when you're at the age of where you need big responsibilities and taking it to the next level of the relationship, make sure you find someone that is always there that can support you in whatever endeavors you have, and you support each other.
Guys, the mere fact that you are watching this video right now, it means saying that you overcame. You are a winner.
Agree.
So right now, okay, so after that event, tapos na, so right now, what's happening to Eric?
All right, I'm loving life. I'm very appreciative of life. Life has been going great this last year, the Ting Ting season.
Yeah, grabe yun.
My gosh, credits to those that were a part of my life, the Ting Ting squad, how it happened, where it was a random thing.
Sige, kwento
Nung
nga.
nag-viral kami,
Kwento nga.
sobrang random talaga. Kumakain lang kami ni Mr. Mainit, Ken John sa isang event. Sa BGC. Tapos may 3 influencers na nandun. Biglang, uy, si Eruption yan. Baka pwede tayong maki-collab. And then, they built the guts and the boldness to come up to me and say, Eruption, which was Jerry. He came up to me, Eruption, okay lang maki-collab. Malaking katawan din.
Okay lang.
Malaking tao, 6'2". And at that time, my mentality was, sobrang malalim ang pinag-usapan namin ni Ken John. Siya yung isang Philippine All-Stars champion, world champion. Malalim talaga. It was like meron siyang hugot or something like that. But something told me, Eric, mag-oo ka na. So I said, bro, okay, collab. What do you want to do? Kahit TikTok lang. Sige, I said, okay, meron akong isang ginawa ng TikTok. Thankfully to my wife, she recorded me in Singapore while we were there, while I was dancing on the train. Nag-viral ako ng slight, but hindi gaano. It garnered 3 million views in the first day. And I was like, wow, that's pretty good. And then I said, okay, guys, learn this choreography, which was the Ting Ting, pero wala pang pangalan. I just said, hindi ko alam yung pangalan, parang Vietnamese to or something like that. Learn it, come back in 10-15 minutes, and let's see. Pero akala ko, hindi sila babalik. Usually people don't come back, especially if it's major hard. 10 minutes later, Eric, tara, we're ready na. Like, oh, shucks, okay. So we gotta move the tables, and then nagsimula na. I started teaching them the Ting Ting. Oh, ganito, bam, 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 bam. Okay, ready? I just really wanted to get it done and out. So we did 2 times rehearsals. Okay, guys, make it different. Gawin natin sa labas. So I think the place was called Mama Lou's or something like that in BGC Uptown. Yeah, Uptown. Went outside. Everyone, get your cameras ready. We're gonna do this a couple times. And then, okay. And then everyone's good. Start. So we did it once, and I said, from a director's point of view, parang di sapat. Sige, pangalawa na. So we did it twice. Okay. Wait lang, parang di maganda yung angle. Try natin yung isa pang angle na galing sa street. We did the street version. Done. Guys, thank you. Salamat sa collab. You know, that's it. No exchanging of
numbers.
Any numbers, no nothing. Because we had no idea. This will go viral.
Yeah.
I posted it like an hour later. We went to another event. And then, syempre, I wasn't checking my phone kasi isang event yan, busy ako. It's like, I think it was like 2 hours or something like that. Check my phone. And then, you know how you see the notification?
Yeah.
Thousands. I was like, what's going on? I checked my phone. I think it was 6 million
Views.
in the span of those couple hours.
That's amazing.
It didn't stop there.
Ano
I
nangyari?
posted the second version.
Oo.
At 12 million. And I
Grabe.
posted the third version. It 30, 40 million. And then I just said, oh my gosh, we're viral. legit.
Oo.
Check the countries, ibang-ibang bansa, hindi lang Pilipinas. Siyempre, lumakas sa Vietnam kasi Vietnam song.
Okay.
Indonesia, ganun. So, I prayed again. I know when it comes to these points, you pray, what shall I do? Father,
Okay.
please. And he said, keep on doing it. Keep doing you. Yan yung naramdaman ko na just keep doing it. So I said, okay, so maybe I should do it in different locations. I had to just find kung saan yung mga boys. I said, I give credit to them. They were the ones who came up to me. Kung hindi sila lumapit na, hoy, magkikolab ako. You know, so Jerry, my man. Then I don't think it would have went viral like that. I found them on Instagram. I messaged them one by one. I said, bros, let's make a group chat. I'm thinking, if it's okay with you guys, gawin natin sa ibang lugar. Sa iba-ibang lugar, mga prominent places ng Manila, Metro Manila. We did it at QC Circle Memorial, we did it at MOA Arena, we did it the Globe, and we had no idea it would go viral pa. Same effect. It was a domino. 20 million, 30 million, 100 million.
Grabe.
Ganun. All in the span of just 2 weeks of just doing it everywhere. We did it in Christmas, and then from there, that's when the blessing started to trickle. Every Christmas event or Christmas end of the year program o mga ganun, lahat nagtitingting. Sinong gumawa na to? Ito, may tutorial pa. Itong malaking katawan. Dati sa Showtime yan eh. Parang, ang pangalan na to? Malaking katawan. That's how it was. Until, it was not even New Year's or Christmas. January, February, March, all booked out.
Wow.
Every single day, twice, sometimes 2 jobs a day. And I'll be flying here, or Iloilo, Cebu, Visayas, up in Luzon. I was doing shows for big, huge companies. And I just said, okay, I need to bring my boys with me. So as much as I can, I brought my team with me. And my videographer, that's why he was born in that Ting Ting season. Ever since he's been with me, Daniel. Thank you.
Galing.
And then like my team, and I have a proper team, Pam, Audrey, and it was all because of Rona. She said you need a team that could handle this.
Yeah.
Muntik kami nag-away.
Nino?
Ni Rona.
Bakit?
Mga asawa ko. Kasi nahirapan siya mag-manage. So, sa dami-daming pera na pumapasok, she had the Ayumi to carry. And that was our second Ayumi na papasok din. So she said, we need a proper manager. Sinong pwede natin kausapin na pwede i-handle lahat. Then, ang friend namin, she took the job.
Okay.
Pamela. So hanggang ngayon, she's still our manager, and she has done a great job. Thankful to her and the team that they were able to manage it. They were able to price it. Masyado akong mabait, like minsan, you know. Yeah, yes, or Viva as well. Our other agency from the showbiz point of view. And we had a lot of friends that came in and tried to help us and support us. And dun nagsimula na. That whole year, actually, even ngayon, 2024, parang, I don't know how to say it, pag nakita nila ako, Ting Ting! Pag hindi alam yung pangalan, Ting Ting! Or, malaking katawan! Sumasayaw! TikTok King! Parang ganun. And I have to think that I always have to be thankful. Like, I've been going to abroad countries. I was in Spain last week, and there were people that noticed me that not even Filipino.
Wow.
I was in Guam. I was in US. These guys are not even Filipinos. And they are also supporting me, taking my pictures and saying, hey, great stuff. Keep doing you. Don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about the bashers. Ikaw yung pinakamalaking katawan na sumasayaw. Na ganun. That's your market. That's your brand. Keep going with it. So
Guys,
like I said, yeah, yun na yun.
Ito lang, no? Parang hearing the story of Eric, parang it just reminds me, no, na kung may mga talagang magaganda kang plano sa buhay, di ba? We plan our lives na talagang, syempre, na to become successful. Pero there are times that your plans are interrupted. I just want to encourage you right now. Parang if, di ba, yung parang you're just telling the end of the story right now. Parang sa kay FPJ movies, di ba?
Yes.
You know for a fact, kahit bugbog siya,
Yep.
in the end,
Pero yun,
he will win. That is the most comforting thing that you and I is going to experience when you have an experience and when you have a relationship with God. That God will take care of you. God will never leave you nor forsake you. God will really take care of His children. And I want to encourage you right now. Whatever your faith may be, it doesn't really matter. I do believe Eric and you will agree, you need to really have a close relationship with God.
Yes, amen to that. That's definitely. And I think that's the most important thing whether it be with religion or any spiritual experience that you have, the most important thing that I've realized over the course of, being a missionary and everything, even until now, is your own personal relationship with God, with Him, or whoever it may be that you believe in. Your own personal relationship. It's not because of a pastor or a bishop said, ganito, o kung anong kutungkulin mo sa church. No, it all comes down to you and Him. He knows you, you know Him. If you don't know Him, you should get to know Him.
If there's anyone right now who's watching this video right now na may pinagdadaanan sa buhay and they're lost, di ba? And they don't know where to start, how to recover, what can you tell them right now?
I always say that put the Lord first in everything that you do. Acknowledge Him, acknowledge His hand in every single aspect possible. Don't forget about Him, because once you do, that's when sometimes the tough trials come, which is a good learning curve for us as well. And that's what I realized in my life, that once I put Heavenly Father first, or the building of His kingdom first, and then family and everything, you prioritize the most important things. I've seen this actually analogy in social media ngayon. There's a big huge jar and they put the big rocks in.
Yeah.
And that represents God, family, the most important things in your life. And then after that, it looks full, pero you can still fill it up. And then you put in smaller rocks or pebbles or anything like that. So that's how it is. Prioritize yung pinaka-importanteng bagay sa iyong buhay muna, and the rest will fall into place. Like Tetris or like a puzzle. I also have to admit, it's the right mindset that should never give up, on whatever aspect or whatever talent that you do have. Kung saan ka magaling. Sometimes, just like as you said, Heavenly Father or God will come and interrupt that. And it depends on how you react to that, on whether you are ready for what's next. And Heavenly Father is always, his doors are open. He's got a lot in store for you. Pero dapat ready ka rin.
Tama. Guys, napaka-powerful yan. Guys, I just want to encourage you right now. Alam mo, this is not a, yun nga, when Eric and I was talking a moment ago, sinabi niya, how will the interview go? Sabi ko, I don't know. Pero, alam mo, iba yung leading talaga eh. Alam mo, right now, I know you better as a person, not only as an entertainer, not only as an athlete, but you are really a very spiritual person.
Siyempre, we try to be, because everything we have.
Yeah. Kaya nga guys, kung ikaw na-encourage ka sa buhay ni Eric, hinahamon din kita na kilalanin mo ang Diyos sa buhay mo. Diba? Magkaroon ka ng personal na relasyon. Sikapin mo na talagang unawain at huwag mo talagang subukan ng Diyos, because God cannot be tested. Do not put the Lord God to the test. Ang kailangan nga, sinabi nga ni Eric ang tanong, diba? Kung hindi pa binibigay sa'yo ni Lord yung prayer mo, hindi yung bakit wala pa. Because God is a good God. Ang dapat tanungin, kung ikaw ay handa na.
Yeah, I like
because
that.
God bless those people who are ready. Sige, last part na to. Si Eric ba nag-iipon?
Yes, I'm a big saver.
Yeah, ito, sige, challenge natin siya sa ipon cards natin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these are ipon cards. This is a deck of cards. We're not going to play poker. All you need to do is just pick one card, please. Pick one card.
One card. Okay,
yeah,
right here.
pick one.
And
then read the card.
Okay, read.
What's the challenge?
Tubig lang today challenge. I do that every day. Bawal mo na mag-milk, tea, at soft drinks today. Ang amount na matitipid mo, ang ihulog mo ngayong araw sa ipon box. I do that every day.
Yeah.
This is great. And yeah, I only drink water.
Ito pa, isa pa.
I shouldn't have said that.
Isa pa challenge.
Let's go. Okay. Samgyupsalan challenge. I rarely do this. Imbis na kumain sa samgyup, ang gagastusin ay ipunin mo na lang. Maghuhulog kayo ng 399 pesos sa inyong ipon box. Okay. We rarely do this, but yes, I'll take that challenge on.
Yeah, every day you can know this is yours.
I like it. I think these are really handy, especially sa guys that, that go out and they...
At the same time, pag di mo alam kung paano ka mag-iipon, and then pahingin ng ipon box, bigyan din natin ng ipon box si Eric.
Thank you.
Oo. Ito na
I like this. These are yours.
Yeah, I created that. Yun. And then this is the ipon box for the ipon challenge. This is where you put the money, di ba?
Yeah.
Yung barya, yung papel. And this is where you shade.
Kung ano yung nilagay mo.
Yes. So, para malaman mo kung magkano na. Pag napuno mo yan, 60,000 ka.
Okay, love. Ito na.
Yeah.
Simulan na natin to today.
Yeah.
All right. Ipon is life.
Yes, ipon is lifer. Okay. So, guys, please promote your social media.
Oh yeah, guys, it's just please search Eric Eruption Thai if you haven't followed it. Yep. On Instagram, it's Eruption23, or just search Eruption or Eric Eruption, and you'll find us on all the platforms from YouTube to Facebook to IG to Twitter, TikTok. Can't forget about TikTok. Maraming salamat TikTok talaga. Kasi dahil sa TikTok challenge na yan.
Grabe. So guys, there you have it sa episode natin na ito. I hope that you got encouraged, inspired, also challenged. Kaya nga kung meron kayong mga comments at the same time, you like this episode, pakitype na lang sa comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Tatandaan, tamang karunungan, tamang disiplina po ang susi sa pagyaman.